Welcome back to my channel. So during this video, I'm going to be creating another eyeshadow look using the Menagerie's Sugar Hill eyeshadow palette. Now I've already primed my eyes and set it with a little bit of loose setting powder. So let's get started. Now I know the eyeshadow palette does not have a transition shade similar to my skin tone, so I'm going to take my, I'm going to use my tan Duo bronzing palette by Juvia's Place, and I want to use this as my transition shade. Oh, try to do tan medium. Let's see. I'm going to use medium. Let's use the medium. It's a little bit lighter, so I'm going to use the medium. I'm going to take the BH number 12 brush and just mix both of the shades together and apply it right in the crease and going up towards the brow bone area. And I used a deeper shade of concealer this morning. It's more similar to my skin tone than, you know, bright, because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to build up the transition shade to my liking. So a little bit more. And making sure it's setting all of the base where it was tacky at. So a little bit more just to make sure the other eye is set. And I've been liking this with this bronzer. This has been like my favorite little palette to use as a transition shade. Because number one, it's so pigmented and it doesn't take a lot to build it up. So add a little bit more just so I can have the deepness I want. So now I'm going to lightly blend the transition area. And I'm barely touching it only because the base was still kind of on the tacky side with the setting powder. And I don't want to break it up and then it starts looking cracky. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the Menagerie's eyeshadow palette. I don't know what I'm going to do. And y'all know I never know what I'm going to do. But we are going to figure this thing out. So I'm going to take this Eco Tools brush, look like the more denser side of the brush. I don't know. So let's take, let's do Furry Friend, and it's the last matte shade in the palette. And these are some really pigmented shadows. So we're gonna see, and I'm gonna pop it right in the outer V. And going up to the crease. And I'm lightly building it. So I know if I would not have set this lid, it would be like really deep. And I like setting my lids for the most part, so I can control how much I'm placing on the eyelid, so I'll be able to blend it. So I'm adding a little bit more. And I'm going right in the crease, but not like high above it. Same thing for the other eye. Just gonna pack it. Going right in the crease area. And I hope my eyes do right today. These allergies have been something else already for the month of March. So I've been taking allergy medicine at night because my primary physician, you know, suggested I take it at night. That way it gives it time to work while I'm sleeping rather than going outside in it and, you know, waiting for it to work throughout the day. So I've been doing that, hoping that works. because my whole family suffers from like allergies, like really, really bad. So I'm trying to get control of it. So I'm continuing to just pack the shade. Now I'm going to stamp it right in that crease area. Okay, so I'm liking how that's placing. So I took a little bit more, and I'm actually lifting my eye up, because I've been trying to work on not pulling my eye, which I don't really just pull. I kind of like moves it because I can place my shadows, because it's easier for me that way. But I've been trying to work on not doing that, because I heard it kind of like pulls your skin. But it works for me, so I still do it, but I'm trying not to do it. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I'm trying to work on it. Okay, so now I am going to take the Morphe 535, this fluffy brush. I'm going to blend the shadow. And again, you want to lightly blend your shadows. You don't want to, you know, rough them up just by stabbing at it. So we're going to lightly fluff and blend these edges. And I'm going in circular motions, by the way. Very light circular motions. Then I'm going to go the other way in circular motions. Okay, the same thing for the other eye. And I just see it by pulling it. But I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get this thing. I can't do it in that way. I'm still working at it. But it's a process. And I'm slightly blending. You don't want to pull, not pull, I'm sorry. You don't want to blend too rough with your shadows. So now I'm doing the windshield wiper motion back and forth and circular motions. And this is just going to spread the shadow going closer to the inner corner. Not all the way, but you know, going in that direction rather. And continue to blend. Okay, I like the softness of it. But we're going to add a little bit more of the the shade Fury Friend. This time I'm going to take the flat end of this Echo Tools brush, because I want a little more depthness with the flat end right on the part of the outer V, going towards the center of the lid. Just add a little bit more depth, not too much, but just a little bit more from where we blended. So now we are going to blend one more time with the Morphe brush, particularly the edges, not the way you just replace the shadow, just to make sure it's seamless. So now I want to go in with the do we want to do that? The orange. Yeah, let's do that. The orange. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we're going to go in with the orange shade, and we're going to use that same, if I can find it, Echo Tools brush. I'm just going to wipe it off with my white. Or do I want to do that since I got to go to work? You know what? I'm not going to do that. No, because I'll be sitting here all day. No. Let's go with the shimmers. So I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics Base Booster. And I actually put in this little tube, because the tube I had it in, it had a hole in the side of it from squeezing it. And it just started coming out, but not the side, out the top of the nozzle part. So I just cut it and put it in a little container. So now we're going to just place it on the center of the lid, into the inner corner, and using the tip of my finger to place it directly in the crease area. Now I'm not doing the entire lid, because I don't want to cover up the outer V portion of my eye. I just want to put the shimmers right where I'm placing the base. You want to make sure you use enough, but not too much, but enough of the base. If you're using glitters or shimmers, anything of that nature, if you want to make sure it just actually just sticks. And again, I'm using the tip of my finger to make sure it's directly in the crease with what's left after placing all over my lid where I want it, which is the center going into the inner corner. Okay? So now I'm going to wipe these fingers off. Let's see. Just making sure it's placed really good. Okay, so now let's go in with a shimmer. Okay, so I'm going to take my, where's my brush? Where's my brush? Where's my brush? Let's take the, what is this? The Urban Decay little flat shader brush. We're going to take the flat end. What shade do I want to use? Let's see. You know what? Let's do, I don't know. Let's do the gold. You know what? No. Let's do the blue. The Falling with Style. And this is the second shimmer shade on the top row. And we're going to pack it on the lid, starting with the center of the lid. Oh, pretty. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at it. Really pretty. And I'm using the tip of the brush to just place it right in the crease area, because I don't want it too packed up in that area. And I'm just kind of just going in a patting motion with the shimmer, trying to spread it out just a little bit in other areas on the lid going towards the center. Because I don't want it to be like really thick layered on there. So I'm just using the side of the brush to pack it and blend it. You know, kind of spread it out, if that makes sense. And I'm just doing patting motions on the lid. And you just want to keep patting it. And you see how it's kind of like blending softly compared to when I placed it. And I'm not blending, I'm just patting the shadow. This is pretty. And I like the softness of it compared to when I first stuck it up there. It's so pretty. I mean, you can still use the shadow how you like. You may want it the depth that I had to begin with. I think it's pretty, but you know, when I'm going to work, I love color, but I like softer looks with color. That's just my preference. But you know, if it works for you, that is pretty. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Stick it right there. And you can see the difference in how deep it is here and how it's kind of blended on that side. So I'm taking a little bit more, like we did with the other eye. And you want to just kind of like start packing it and blending it in a packing motion. And kind of diffusing and spreading it. And I'm going towards the center first before I go towards the outer V in just a packing motion. And that's just kind of like spreading it. Because I believe if I get a brush and blend, I think it'll work still, but I don't know if it'll break it up. So I'm going to lift my eye so I can get right in that crease area with the tip of my brush and going in the shape of my crease and continuing to, you know, blend it with a stamping motion. This is so pretty. I like the shade. Now let's make sure it's right in the crease how we want it. I like this shade. Doing the same thing again just to make sure we got it how we want it. I like that. It's not over the top. It is perfect. I like it. So now I'm going to wipe this brush off with my wipe. I don't know what the shade I want to do, but this is so pretty. I like it. I like it. I think I want to do, I don't know. Let's do the pink, the light pink, and it is Sugar Cube. I don't know how light it's gonna be, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna stick it right on the inner corner. Ooh, and do the same thing. Just pack it first in that area, and then we're gonna do the same type of motion. Just blend the shadow with a packing motion and spreading it instead of blending it like a brush with a brush. You want to just pack it and spread it in a packing motion. That's pretty. And then we'll go up in the crease, the shape of the eye with the what's left on the brush. I like the softness of this look. That's really pretty. I like the softness of it. So we'll do the same thing for the other eye. Okay, place it first. This is so pretty together. And then you want to start packing it, transitioning together with the blue shade. And then I'm just kind of lightly placing it in the crease in the shape of my eye, going up to the blue shade. I like this. It's so pretty. I like that. I hope y'all like this because I like it. I do. I'm going up a little bit higher with the shade on this eye, sort of match the other eye. This is so pretty. I like it. I like it. And I'm going to take a little bit more of the pink and lightly place it on the lid. I don't want to be, you know, as deep as it was. And lightly packing it like you're dusting it pretty much. And closing up any gaps. Lightly packing it on the other eye. So these two shades can be married together and blended together. Because I am loving this eye look. Now I'm going to take the other end of the brush. We're going to go back in with the blue. I'm going to lightly tap the brush. And lightly fluff the shadow back into the areas to just kind of make sure it's coated, but it's still soft. And the same thing, barely touching it and lightly placing it on the shadow again for a little more depth, but still a pretty soft look. And I like to start my shimmers at the lash line so I can control it and how much I'm actually, you know, packing on the center. So now I'm just making sure everything is placed how I want it, and then I'm gonna do the packing on the outside of the edges. So now I'm going with my Sigma fiber blending brush, and I'm gonna lightly blend the edges, and I'm going back and forth very light motion so I won't break up any of my shadow. And then the crease area, I'm going windshield wiper motions. And the same thing for the other eye. And I'm blending it outwards so I can get that harshness out of the edge of that shadow. And then windshield wiper motion with the crease. And you want to lightly, very lightly fluff these shadows. Okay, so this is like pretty. So now I'm going to go back in with the green just a little bit so I can make sure it's blended really well on those edges. And y'all know when I do these colored videos, they take much longer to do, especially when I have to take my time when I'm doing, especially when I'm going to work, because I don't want to put anything and just anything together and then it doesn't look good, because I just can't stand for my eyeshadows to be not blended well. So I'm sorry if I be taking too long and if my videos are dragged out. But I also, and I said in several other videos, I want you all to see exactly what I've done without any editing, because that has been like a time for me when I was watching videos and trying to figure out how the look came out and I didn't see the whole step, because sometimes some of the steps are cut out. But we're going to go ahead and place the matte shade back on the outer V one last time before we move on to the rest of our face. And just making sure it overlaps a little bit of that blue shade. And I'm going up on the bone of the crease, just to bring that depthness back to that look. So now let's go back in with the fiber brush just to make sure it's blended on the edges, because there was a little harshness on that for me and I wanted to make sure it was blended. So now I'm going with the Morphe brush again and lightly blend again. And I'm going to lift my eye to make sure the shadows are blended together. So now let's go back in with the Juvia's Place and make sure this shade is still blended with the deeper shades, especially this outer V area. And like I said, I love this little palette. This is like my go-to for my transitions, because it works really well for my skin tone. And if you don't have it, my recommendation would be to try it in whatever shade you like, whether it's a deeper shade or a lighter shade. I like this, especially when I'm using it as a transition. I love it. I love it as a bronzer too, but I like it as a transition as well. So I'm just lightly blending everything together again. So I think that should do it. I don't want anything like right here in this crease area. I think I like it like this today. So this does it for the, I'm sorry y'all, I normally have this together. So this is the look for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and clean them off, and I'm using my baby wipe. Normally I have this stuff together, but when you haven't sat here in a while, it does it. So we're going to lightly place it under the eye because it's easier for me to just wipe. Alrighty, so this is the eye look, and I love how it has come together. It's really pretty, like how soft and light it is. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so this is the final look. I love how everything came together. Now, I did not apply any shadows on my lower lash line, but I did use my BH Cosmetics, the Nude Ego face palette, and I use the first shade to use as a highlight. The rest of my face, my norm, my base, highlighter, contour. I didn't contour, I'm sorry, bronzer. But for my lashes today, I went ahead and used the smoky lashes again, the 2 pair from Walmart. I love these. They're really light. They're more a little dramatic, but they're so soft and beautiful. So, if you have this eyeshadow palette, let me know your thoughts on it, because I love, love, love the formula in this palette. I'll definitely be kind of stalking their website to see when they have sales and stuff, but this is absolutely a beautiful palette. The formula is easy to work with, but I'll definitely be keeping it out so I can do more colorful looks. But I do love how this has come together. Let me know your thoughts on it. And until then, if you have not done so already, do your girl a favor, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and become a part of my YouTube family here. See you guys in my next video. Goodbye.